morning, Red Pig Nation. It's your man Doug coming to you live from the Red Pig compound, sunny Newport Richey, Florida. Really appreciate you watching my vlogs so far. Hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as I've enjoyed making them. It's really been fun, actually. We had a comment last vlog, the last week. One of the viewers, he didn't hit me on YouTube, but on Facebook, he put, what if I don't want to spend a couple $1,000 on a Traeger or one of these large cookers like you have, but I still want to make some barbecue? You know, what's my options? And I said, well, my first smoker was a $99 special from, I think, either Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't know what it was, but when I was back with the fire department, me and some guys on the shift with me decided we were going to have a little cookout at actually at my folks' place out in Hudson. They have some property out there. So this, yeah, Doug, you know how to make barbecue, right? I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. How hard can it be? So I went home that morning and Googled how to make pulled pork. And my dad and I think, went to, like I said, either to Lowe's or Home Depot. I can't really remember. It's been quite a while ago. And bought a $99 offset smoker, I think a char griller, whatever. And that's what I did my first barbecue on, and I still have it. So we're gonna take a look at that thing in just a minute, and we're gonna get started with that today. So as promised, okay, Red Pig Nation, here it is. This was the first smoker that I ever used. Had no idea how to use it. Like I said, I Googled how to make pork butt. I think one of those Steven Reichling PBS videos came up, or the Justin, the old Cajun guy, Justin, Cooking with Justin, may have come up. And I watched how to make barbecue pulled pork. I think it was, I'm gonna say 04, 05 maybe. Anyway, so let's take a look at this bad boy. It's got everything you need. It's not a very big cooker. It's ready to go pretty much out of the box. I think all I had to do was attach this side burner, the side box for the charcoal. I consider this a charcoal smoker. I don't know what other people would call it, but that's what I call it. And as you see, it's got a box over here for the charcoal or wood chips or wood chunks or whatever you're going to use. Goes up into the cooking chamber, which is a single shelf. I cleaned it up. It was in the corner of the yard for a while and I hadn't used it in a long time, but figured I'd break it out for today. And instead of Whalen or Red Pig, that's a massive 700-gallon. That thing eats wood like a locomotive. And this one right here, you guys have experience watching me use that one. So today we're gonna use this one. We're gonna throw a couple of racks of, I'm gonna say, St. Louis ribs on there and get started. So I pretty much start all my fires the same way. I use one of these charcoal starters, and if you don't have one of these things, I recommend getting one. They're probably about $8 or $9, and they'll save you a lot of aggravation. A little bit of charcoal fluid there, and that's the end of that one. Perfect. And a light, maybe. There it goes. All right, and we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes when this stuff starts to burn. Y'all remember Blaze from last vlog. He's the official canine unit of the Red Pig BBQ team. He's went ahead and made a security sweep of the premises, and he guarantees me that there are no squirrels, lizards, and or varmints that are going to hinder our barbecue operation at this time. We may commence. Okay guys, so while we're waiting for our charcoal to get that nice orange glow to it that we need to keep our smoker going, we're going to talk about what we're making today. We're going to take some spare ribs. I'm going to teach you how to trim them down, turn them into St. Louis style ribs. And we're gonna, instead of our normal rib rub, we're going to try some new products that were introduced to us by our friends. I don't know if you guys have ever heard me talk about our buddies over at the Coffee Shop of Horrors. Now they have two stores, one in Montverde, which is over almost near Groveland, and the other one's in Tavares, which is near the Villages. We met these guys at a Halloween convention. It's called Spooky Empire. We met them over in Orlando. It's a couple years ago now. Really good people, very cool. They own a coffee business. We buy their coffee. It's the best coffee, hands down. We're coffee drinkers. Best coffee we've ever purchased, ever had, ever enjoyed. But they're really cool people. We always enjoy their hospitality when we go over there. It's probably about an hour and a half or so from our house. We take the Jeep over and buy a bunch of coffee, and we sit over there and shoot the breeze with them guys. And one of the other gentlemen that works with Nick and Roxanne are the owners, but this gentleman Matt that we had the pleasure of meeting, great dude, really cool guy, owns like a subsidiary of them called Sideshow, and I'll show this to you, see if you can see that. But Matt is a genius when it comes to rubs, and he's the one who makes all the hot sauces and stuff. And he's also working on some spicy, like heat-infused honeys, which are incredible. We just went over, I'm gonna say probably about a month and a half ago, and we went to the store in Tavares and we saw Matt, and he let me try these hot honeys, for lack of a better term. They're unbelievable. I cannot wait till he starts mass producing these things, because they're gonna be killer. They're gonna complement RedPig BBQ very well. But today we're gonna use a couple of Matt's rubs, and the first one is called Psycho Belly. It's a Memphis style rub, and the ingredients are paprika, sea salt, roasted garlic, cayenne pepper, brown sugar, onion, celery seed, mustard, oregano, thyme, cumin, and coriander. And this is a Memphis style rub, so looking forward to it. It's got the brown sugar in it too, which I usually try to put on barbecue ribs. I like a little bit of sweetness with them. We're also going to try, on the other rack, we're going to try a rub called Voodoo Dust, and this is a Louisiana spice rub. Now the ingredients are similar. It says cayenne pepper, paprika, garlic, onion, white pepper, black pepper, sea salt, oregano, basil, and thyme. So it's got oregano in it. It does not have the sugar in it. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure it's going to be good. It's going to probably mix excellent with the smoke. But we're going to see how the different profiles are. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to giving these a shot. So hang in there. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes, and as you see, our charcoal is looking good. That's kind of what I always like to work with. That bright orange right there, it's super hot, it's not gonna go out. It's burning pretty good. And we went ahead and brought the smoker under the cover here. We had it out there on the little slab, but we brought it in because it heard some thunder. I think it's probably gonna rain. It's Florida, so we're gonna get the smoker going here. All right, so we're gonna open up the burn box here and just dump these in. Good to go. This is still gonna be really hot, so put it off to the side. Let it cool down before you put it in the back of the house. So now that we got our coals in the burn box, this kind of goes along with, if you don't have the means or the facility to get, whole pieces of firewood, a big lumber stack, and if you don't have one of these big cookers, I use these when I first started. They're pretty manageable, so they're pretty inexpensive too. And I'd say probably we're gonna use maybe half a bag for this particular cook today. So it's probably about, I don't know, $4 or $5. So I like to cut it open here. And this says hickory, and we'll see. Yep, that's hickory. So we're going to dump a couple chips there, or excuse me, chunks in there. These aren't the chips. Kind of get those on the fire and let them start smoking. Show you what we got. Okay, and they're going to start smoking pretty much immediately and create more coals for us. Oh, lizard just jumped out of there. Okay guys, so while we got the smoker smoking, heating up for us, we're gonna go ahead and open these spare ribs and get them on the tray here on the cutting board so we can show you how we trim them up. All right. Oh, spare rib. Okay. What I like to do is, you see these flaps on the back of this? They're tough, so they're not going to cook up too well. So I like to go ahead and just remove those right off the bat. And goes in the pan. We don't throw anything away. We'll use those. We'll cook those for something else. And if you'll look, whenever you're making a St. Louis rib, you want to streamline these things. So, sorry guys, I thought thought I had the camera going. I went ahead and trimmed this from a spare rib into a St. Louis style rib. You see it's nice and square now. I'll show you how to do it. I thought the camera was rolling, but I'll show you how to do it on this one too. So again, this little skirt right here, I don't like. It doesn't cook up, so I like to cut it off. Remove that all together. Again, we put everything that we don't use into a pan because we will eventually cook it into some sort of recipe. Now, if you'll notice how the ribs kind of move down and then they start to protrude out, right about here, we're gonna make our cut and trim all this off. These rib tips are coming off, so this will be nice and square for us. Let's see here, let me get this in the shot. Okay. So we're gonna find this point right about here, and down through it, and go straight back. Okay, so those rib tips are gone. I'll square this up just a little bit more, make it look pretty. Anyway, so there it's nice and square now, and you're gonna cut this end right here off to just get rid of that flap. That way they cook a little bit more uniform too. And again, try to find a good sharp knife for this kind of project so you don't hurt yourself. Okay, so there's one more thing I like to do with these spares, and that's peel off the membrane. I'm sure you've seen people do that before. Best way to do that is to get the little flap right here started, cut it away with your knife, pull it up, take a paper towel, gives you a little bit more grip, and go ahead and just pull that. And sometimes they come off in one piece. This one's not. This one will come off in a couple pieces. Let's see here. There it goes, a little bit bigger piece. Okay, and that comes off. Because it's called silver skin, it will not cook up. It'll be like paper, like tough paper on the finished product. So let's do the same thing on this set. Let's go ahead and just lift that corner. Got glasses on, but I still can't see. Don't get old, guys. All right. Paper towel. And again, you got that little strip. But we'll grab it on this side here and get the whole thing. Come on now. There it goes. So that's what we're dealing with. This silver skin stuff, it's just super tough. It will not render. So basically it's garbage. Okay. We have our St. Louis here, guys. I'm excited. Can't wait to get them rubbed down and get them on the heat. Okay, so I left both these rib racks a little different in size. I left this one a little wider than this one. And the reason I did that is so when we rub them down, we'll know which one got which rub, because I'm eager to taste the difference in the rubs. So let's grab the rubs. The first one we're gonna use is gonna be the Voodoo Dust, the Louisiana style. So let's go ahead and we're gonna rub the larger set down with this and see how we do. Shake it up a little bit here. All right, get good amount of rub on these. And this is the back of the rib, but ribs are, they're one of my favorites. I like a lot of flavor on them if I can get it. Okay. That's a little heavy in the fat, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. Wow, you can really smell the different the herbs in this rub. It's amazing. Good job, Matt. So far, so good, brother. And I don't worry too much on the corners and the edges and stuff like that. I like to just worry about the tops and bottoms. All right, so next we're gonna do the Psychobilly, which is the Memphis style, which has the sugar in it, which I usually include some sugar with my rib recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and dust this on there. Try to pat it on a little bit. And this is the smaller set of ribs, so we'll remember that this is the Psychobilly. You can smell the pepper in this one big time. That's awesome. I like spice with barbecue. All right, awesome. All right, so let's get it flipped around here. We'll get her on the grill. Okay, so our larger, this is the Louisiana, the Voodoo Dust. I'm try to accordion them up a little bit and makes them a little thicker. And the Psychobilly. All right, now I try to keep them away from the major amount of heat. When I close the lid, it'll start carrying the heat over here and out the smokestack. I don't want to put it too close. I feel like that's the direct heat can come out and hit them. I don't really want them burnt. So let's do it. So y'all are wondering what I do with scraps from the rib trimmings. Well, the silver skin is trash. That's definitely something that we're not interested in keeping for anything. So we get rid of that. All right, looks pretty good. Everything else is just trimmings and ends and fat and stuff like that. So what I normally do with this is I pick a rub and I usually just rub them down, dump some rub in there, give them a toss so everything's covered. I'll lay them out just a little bit so they're not knotted up. And I put them on the grill. I put them on the smoker and I let them smoke. And I'll smoke them until they're pretty much just falling apart. And I'll chop them and I'll put them in my baked beans, or I'll put them in my greens or some of my other recipes. It works out great. Nothing gets thrown away, and this is just added flavor. Big Nation, so we're halfway home. We got our ribs on, our cooker is smoking. As you see, our temperature is climbing. We'd like to see it around 225, 235, somewhere in that range. Again, this thing's pretty old, so I don't know how accurate that thermo is, but we'll see. But some more issues I probably should have talked about a little bit earlier when I was getting the ribs ready. When you're using a smaller cooker like this one, and you hear this metal, right? It's pretty flimsy, it's pretty cheap, it's just basically tin, right? So the challenges with a cooker like this is it's going to get hot very fast and it's going to cool down very fast. It's going to be difficult to regulate, at which point you're going to have to use these air intakes right here to regulate the fire. And this smokestack adjusts this so it creates more draw or less draw on the vents in the back. That's how you regulate the heat on a smoker. So when you're using the larger smokers and the metal is more, you know, it's pretty heavy, very heavy actually. This thing, when it gets hot, it stays hot and it takes a long time to cool down. So just some differences, some things to think about when you're buying a cooker and you're looking at the weight. You know, some people think, oh, it's nice and light, it'll be easy for me to load up in the truck and take it places and to the baseball field, to the park. It's probably not gonna do what you want it to do unless you learn it very quickly. Okay, ribs on and our rib tips and scraps from trimming the ribs before. I'm going to use for the ribs a 3-2-1 method, which means we're gonna do 3 hours in the smoke. We're gonna wrap them meat side down, cook them for 2 hours like that. And then we're gonna finish them for an hour on the grill, brush them with some sauce probably, or maybe not, I don't know yet. We may or may not brush it with sauce. And then finish them on the grill to give them some more color and some char if you like that. That's the 3-2-1 method. So I barbecue as a hobby and a profession now. I'm all about taking breaks, all right? I feel like after we've done all that hard work, it's nice to reward ourselves with a little break and a little something from the beer fridge, okay? So today, we're gonna do a high lie. Now, as I said in my previous videos, I like IPAs. It's one of my favorite beers to drink is an IPA. And these guys are down in Tampa, Cigar City Brewing. Been there, really cool place, nice folks, national now. I mean, you can get a high lie probably in New York City or Hawaii. I mean, they can get it anywhere. But it's really a good, crisp IPA. So, as I said, we deserve a break, and we're gonna have a beer now. It's pretty good. It's nice and cold too. I can't believe it. Anyway, I recommend it. It's good stuff. This one was brought to us by my buddy Bill, who left a 12-pack in the fridge. Thanks, Bill. Go see what's going on. And my boy Myron's. What's up, gangster? What you doing, man? What you got going on? You cooking? I smell it. I smell it. You cutting up wood? What you got cooking?
Pork loin.
Some what?
Pork loin.
Pork loin. Come on, man. Thought we agreed we'd only cook stuff with a bone in it. Gotta take a look at it? All right, cool. This is Myron's cooker right here. That's why nobody ever complains about the smoke, because who knows where it's coming from. Let's take a look and see what we got over here. Oh, we're sitting at 225, looking good. Oh yeah. Okay. That'll work. Got some glow down there, some charcoal happening. Very nice. Oh, so we're at my buddy Myron's house, and as you see, he's got a big old smoker too. He says this is a 500 gallon. Now this particular smoker does not have an offset box, a fire box. The fire that you build in here, you just build down here below where the doors are, and then you just sweep it out when you're all done. It's a hell of a cooker. She's solid too. Made of some serious steel, just like my other one is. So it just goes to show you, man, these things are everywhere, and the guys who know how to use them. And I gotta tell you, Myron, that's my buddy Myron right there. You make the second best barbecue I ever ate in my life. Just kidding. All right, get yourselves a cooker and get cooking. All right, guys, so here we are, a couple hours into the cook. We are looking good. We got the scraps over here close to the heat, so you see they've cooked down quite a bit. The ribs look like they're drying out just a tad, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them now, and that way they don't dry out completely. And we've had to add a little bit of charcoal and another couple chunks of wood to this since we started this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these, and I use butter as a tenderizer to add into the foil with them. Also gonna wrap that so that can cook down, continue to basically simmer. And we're gonna wrap these ribs meat side down. Stand by. All right guys, so if you remember, just like we did the beef ribs, I do a couple of sheets of foil and I lay the ribs down, put the butter on, roll them up real tight, and finish cooking them that way for the next couple hours. So let's go ahead and do that. This is our larger slab. This is the voodoo dust from Sideshow. Go ahead and put some butter in there so they'll get a chance to tenderize. Peel it up best we can. I'm gonna have to go over it with another couple pieces just to make sure we're good. I use 2 sheets, that way if one gets cut, we're good, okay? Finish up this butter in this pack here. That's usually enough to tenderize these. I need to drown them in it. We have a little bit of end showing over here. We're going to go ahead and wrap it with one more piece. Oops, pour that. That should be good though. I closed it up for us. Okay, Red Pig Nation. So it's been a couple hours and feels like the time is right to go ahead and check on these ribs and see what we got here. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can unwrap these. Ooh, there. A little more. Okay, perfect. All right, let me grab the camera and show you exactly what we're looking for here. If you look at the bones, see how the bones are protruding, the meat's kind of recessed back over the bones. That's a telltale sign that these bad boys are just about done, just about where we want them. So we're gonna go ahead and flip them over, sauce them, and let them char just a little bit to give them that really nice appearance and flavor that we love. Be back. So we're gonna sauce them just like we did the beef ribs. Basically just squirt some barbecue sauce on these. Run low here, and take our big goofy brush and just spread it around. Shouldn't take much. I bet you they're already really good, but might as well finish them off. All right. Now we want to try to get some more heat in the cooker to char these up just a little bit. So take a look in the heat box, and we're pretty well burnt down. So we're going to add a few more of the wood chunks that we've been using today, and that'll bring the heat back up and give us the desired finish on those ribs. And our little pan with the scraps in there, they came out pretty good. I'll show you just by covering that up and letting it go in a pan like that how tender they get. They're basically pull apart as well. And we'll chop that, and we'll use that in our baked beans and our greens and our other dishes that we need flavoring added to. All right, so we're gonna get this grill going here. We'll finish these up, and we'll come back when they're nice and charred. All right, well, it's been about, let's say about 45 minutes, and it looks like we've got the desired color on these. They look pretty good to me. I think I'm gonna take them off, let them rest for a few minutes, and then we're gonna slice them and see how we did. All right, Red Pig Nation. Well, everything's off the grill. Everything looks pretty good. I like how the bones have loosened up. They got a good color to them. We're gonna go ahead and slice into these. They've had a chance to rest and tighten back up some. So we're gonna go ahead and slice into them and see just how we did. All right, guys, let's see if we can get these things cut and see how they come out. Go ahead and make a slice right here. Okay. Oh, wow. They had a nice little smoke ring on them. Good looking rib. That's gonna be a pretty tasty bite. Let's see if the other ones are equally as beautiful. Slice right through here. Oh yeah. Nice, beautiful smoke ring on that one too. Well, Red Pig Nation, it's been about 6.5 hours, give or take. I feel like these ribs came out pretty good. We're getting ready to give them a taste and see what we've got. Again, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And get yourself one of them $99 cookers, man, and start barbecuing. Take your day off and drink a couple beers, hang out, do some barbecue, try some new stuff. All right, so the first one we're gonna taste is gonna be the Voodoo Dust. It was the larger rack. So let's see if we can make this work. That's got a good looking ring on it, good looking color, bones loose. It's gonna be a good bite. Yeah, still got some moisture. That's a good bite. That's good. I know what my normal ribs taste like, and I can definitely taste the rub on this. Matt, well done, brother. Well done. That's a really, really good rib. I'm gonna take a bite of the other side just to be fair, you know. Yeah, it'll come right off the bone. These are winners right here. This is a good rib. Okay, so I'm not gonna rub it in whether I'm eating barbecuing or not, because I want you to come see me on my rig. Red Pig BBQ, Newport Richey. We're out 3-4 times a week. Come get this stuff. You won't be sorry. All right. This next one is a smaller rack. This was the Psychobilly. Am I saying that right? Okay. And this was the Memphis style. And this had the sugar in it. So let's give this one a whirl. Right off the bat, different taste, but really, really good. You guys see what I'm working with here? Look at that bite. Good. Now, we did it on a little $99 smoker with a bag of charcoal and a bag of hickory chunks, Home Depot. I think we have, excuse me, sweat's burning my eyes. I think we might have maybe 10 bucks worth of supplies besides the meat. Wow, that's a value. Okay guys, so thanks again for joining me, hanging out. And remember, you can make this barbecue. I'm not the best teacher, but I'm happy to show you how. If my videos are vague, I apologize. I'm not awesome at vlogging, but shoot me a message, man. Get a hold of me. I'll write it down for you. This is how we do it. I think the world should have good barbecue. All right, guys, I'm taking off for now, but we'll see you next time. And remember, keep it low and slow.